Okay, so those of you who are trying to lose weight, you need to listen to this. Okay, now this is not going to be another self improvement. Oh, blah blah blah. Me preaching at you, telling you need to do a whole bunch of things. No, this is not what this video is going to be. Okay, but what this video is going to be is, last week. So I'm walking down the street in my block, and I don't even know how this thought came to fruition, but I was just thinking it would be really cool to have a son. It'd be really cool to have a son. Simply of the fact that I just think if I had a son, he like presently, like currently right now, I'm not talking about like 20 years down the line, right? I'm talking about right now. If I had a son, he would look at me and he'd be like, oh my God. Like, I feel like he'd just be so inspired, not in a cocky way. I feel like I'm the type of person that my kids are going to be like, oh my God, they're going to look up to me in such a crazy, huge way. Like, when I think about it, it's like my son saw all the client results that we've gotten from Full Body Flight. He's gonna be like, and then he sees how I live my personal life. He'd be like, oh my God, like he'd just be inspired. It's like a something to look up to. Okay, and that's kind of like the frame of mind I'm in when I think about this. To have a son would be so cool because to be able to set that example for him, to be able to lead him into a great spot. And I think that's what a lot of parents think of when they first have a kid. They're like, oh my God, this is something that I created. This is potentially a chance for me to lead someone and to, create another leader in this world. A lot of people who have kids, maybe, hey, cool, the first, couple years of the kid's life, they're trying their best, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. But as time goes on, as you get more responsibilities, as you become more busier with work, as you have kids, right? Kids are a big job, right? Kids are a big job. You start to get more tired, you start to get weaker, right? And that's precisely when everything goes wrong because when your kids, speaking by experience of me watching, family members and watching this in my own family, if you don't focus on setting that example for your kids to be inspired by, I really believe that they're going to look elsewhere to be inspired. It's kind of a sad reality of life. If your kids don't look up to you as a role model, they're going to look elsewhere for that role model, right? And often leave you in the dust. And so I think it's really important, to look at the psychology of your kids and to really understand like what's really going through their minds. A lot of you I speak to, you want to set that example for your kids, right? You're doing really well at your job, you're doing really well in your career, right? You're making money, but when it comes time to spending that quality time with them, and I'm not talking about taking them shopping, whatever, I'm talking about spending that quality time with them. I'm talking about being present, fully present in the moment, like you and me are right now. Okay, we're very fully present in this moment. We're appreciating it. We have gratitude. I feel like that's something that's really missing in today's world. And I think a lot of it comes down to your weight, right? You're getting weaker. You're losing energy by the day, right? It's a cause of concern because we get caught up in our own worlds and we think that it's only us, okay, I need to get it together, right? For me. But the reality is yes, you need to get it together for you. But the reality is that everybody else, especially in your family, is seeing what you may not be seeing, is seeing you struggling with weight, is seeing you, you put on pounds, right? And it's okay, cool. Yeah, everybody knows the saying, oh, you put on some pounds, but really your outward reflection represents the inward manifestation. I just want to encourage you right now to really be that person that your kids are needing you to be. They may not even know they need you to be this, right? But they need you to be that superhero. I think it's incredible for kids to look up to their parents as superheroes. But how are you going to be a superhero if you're always laying down, you're sitting down on the couch, lazy, watching Netflix, you never have energy to do anything. You're not ever present, spending that quality time with your kids, right? And it shows, right? As your kids get older, because I've seen it in my own family, it shows, the distance grows, and it's just a really sad thing. And so I think, you know, this video wasn't meant to be, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this. I just want you to really be in this moment with me and think of how much better your life would be if you dialed in your health and fitness, if you lost 20 to 30, 40 pounds, whatever the case may be, if you got aesthetic, how much differently would your kids look at you, especially, right? Okay, yeah, let alone your job, you're going to get more respect at your job, you're going to probably have more dating options, whatever the case may be. But just think of it, your kids, your spouse, your wife, your husband. Okay, look at how differently they're going to view you and how much they're going to look up to you once you start to dial in this aspect of your life, right? I want you to go there. After you go there, I want you to take an action that's going to get you to that place. I want you to call a friend. I want you to go to that coach. Okay. Once you've cemented that vision in your mind of this is what it's going to be, this is how my kids are going to look up to me. Okay. This is how my husband's going to look up to me. This is how my wife is going to look up to me. Once I take hold of this in my life. And I also want you to be cognizant of the realities of maybe what happens if you don't prioritize your health and fitness, and if you don't prioritize, getting your weight in check and making sure that your body is reflecting how you want to be viewed in society. I just want to show you this, right? So right here is 2024 average salaries by age. 20 to 24, okay, cool. $39,000 a year is the average annual income for 24 years old. Once you get to 25 to 34, you graduated college and you're starting to make significantly more money, which is good for you, right? But here's where the thing comes in. Okay, so cool. Once you get to 35 to 44, you start to make more money, right? 67K. But then what happens once you start to cross this 45 to 54 year range, right? Income flatlines and it actually drops right here with 66.3. And so, look, don't tell me that weight doesn't play a key role in income, because it absolutely does, right? 70% of Americans are overweight or obese, okay? Think of the financial ramifications that are going to happen, that are going to come about if you don't get this in check. Because look, I hate to bring this up, but the reality is we're not getting any younger, right? We're not getting any younger. And so the idea that you're just going to coast through life without prioritizing your weight. Oh, cool. It doesn't matter how much I weigh, right? It doesn't matter how big I get, right? It's everything's going to work. You're delusional if you think that you're just going to keep on coasting, and you're delusional if you think that you're just going to keep on making more money and everything's going to be all bed of roses if you don't prioritize your health, all right? Because things always get worse and nothing changes if nothing changes, right? And I just want to inspire you to take action today, because you owe it to yourself. But not only that, you owe it to your kids, you owe it to your spouse, right? They deserve that 2.0 version of you. Your kids deserve that 2.0 version of you. So my question to you is, when is it going to happen? Right? When is it going to happen? A couple months ago, I was on a call with a friend of mine. She really wanted to get in shape, right? She really wanted to get in shape. And she told me, hey, I have all these goals. Okay, cool. And part of the reason why, because she wanted to set that example for her kids, right? She didn't have the energy, right? But the problem was that person didn't end up following through, right? And it's kind of sad to think, sad to see, but you want to be there. You want to be that superhero that your kids need. Today, not no big message, right? I want to inspire you to take action, and I want you to send me a DM on Instagram, right? I want you to tell me how you're going to be taking action. I want you to tell me what strategy you're going to be implementing the rest of 2024, so that you not only can get in great shape, but you can set that example for your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, kids, whatever the case may be, because I know it's so vital for you, okay? I know it's going to be so vital for you. But always think of the ramifications, right? And always think of that goal. Always think of that vision, okay? I'm always striving. I'm always seeing the vision, right? What's going to happen 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months from now? It's beautiful to think about. But it only comes when you make that decision. Okay, enough is enough. Enough is enough, right? Sometimes it takes people just terrible things to happen to them to realize that enough is enough, right? So you have to make that decision. When is enough going to be enough? Like, oh my God, I'm so sick of this. Enough is enough. Cool. Then what's your strategy? Okay. Then make that goal. Like, okay, cool. I'm going to lose 50 pounds. Then what's your strategy, right? What's your strategy to get there? And then once you have put together that 3-step plan, that's when results happen. And I'll finish with this. You're the only one that can make your goals happen for you, right? You're the only one that can do it. But that strategy, seeking help from people who have done this before, like take my coaching program. And by the way, I'm not trying to get you on the coaching program. We're actually closed until next month. And so this is simply like, I want you to get thinking about how you're going to accomplish this and who you're going to ask help from. You need to ask help from certain individuals. The reason why you're stuck is because you don't understand the exact action steps to take to get to your goal. But then again, you wouldn't be watching 6 minutes in if you didn't think that I was that person that's going to solve it for you, right? So you need to go to that person. If that's me, send me a DM on Instagram. You need to go to that person that can help you think clearly, right? That's been there before, that can help you prioritize. Okay, this is what you need to do at this time. This is what you need to do at this time. Okay, set that other part aside. We don't need to focus on this, right? We don't need pre workout. We don't need all this other BS that everybody's talking about. You need someone to help you think clear. It's going to lay out the process step by step, and then boom, that happens. It's already springtime. You've already lost 50 pounds. You're ready for those beach body, summer body pics on the beach, right? So it only takes one decision to change your life. And I want you to make that decision right now. Okay. I want you to make that decision right now and go all in. But anyway, with that being said, guys, DM me on Instagram if you need anything. And we'll see you soon. Peace.